can you share some examples of how you approach those leadership discussions in particular? Because I don't think most programs are think so. I think a lot of programs are not attentive to trainees' needs for leadership development skills. So I'm wondering if you could really speak to that in particular, and maybe even more so for diverse trainees.
Yeah, I'm starting from a foundation of what experiences do people have in leading and what are their interests and what is their understanding of what it means to lead. Oftentimes I hear that they think it's this hierarchical thing where there's someone at the top and they're kind of giving orders downward. And sometimes I hear, though, that they don't really know what it means to be a leader and they'd like to actually learn because where they are in their training is, they're not too far away from being full-fledged staff psychologists who are going to be thrusted in a variety of leadership roles and feeling like they've done a lot of work in other areas around where we train in psychology, right? Like intervention assessment and research, for example, and even supervision more so now, but no one's ever kind of talked to them about what does it mean to lead and how does one lead and are there models of leading? So they often just have didactics around the various models of leadership, things to kind of think about, the history of leadership and how leadership has kind of evolved from what was once kind of appreciated as the normative, kind of gregarious, extroverted, dominant-centric leadership style versus appreciating the human nature of all of us and the humanistic side of what leaders can look like. The variety of ways that one can approach kind of moving a group along from one destination to the next. So helping them think about who they are as people and kind of like with therapy, what modality kind of fits your personality style, because that's probably the style that you're going to be the most effective with. And then giving them opportunities to practice these things under a safety net of staff and supervisors. So
Mm.
one example that I developed was a committee, a diversity committee, where we had trainees who were active leader members leading alongside staff who were staff leaders. And the goal was to kind of pair the two so that they can talk about like how would I report out on these things, or how do I get volunteers to help me along with these things, and how do I set priorities and kind of program manage, move things along with different tasks. And then processing how it was like to kind of do things in different ways and get feedback on how their approach was perceived. So we've gotten a lot of really good feedback on that type of model where trainees really love to have the opportunity to kind of claim their professional authority in that way while consulting with someone who's safe and there to support them behind closed doors.
Oh, I love that. That's such a beautiful example, like modeling that type of leadership development.